time for the video of the day. I am your host, Greg, the Crazy Trucker. Welcome to this edition. Today I'm coming to you from Council Bluffs, Iowa. Now you might say, Greg, I'm not sure where Council Bluffs is. Now my friend Annette is watching this. She probably knows exactly where it's at. Anyway, because she's from Ohio. Or she's from Ohio. Slap myself for saying that word. That's a 4-letter swear word right there. Ohio. Anyway, Council Bluffs, Iowa. Basically, I'm facing east. East is this way. If I go this way on the freeway right out here, if I go this way, I'll go about a mile and I'll be in Nebraska. Okay? Omaha's right over the border. So that's where I'm at. I'm at Sapp Brothers truck stop. I like the Sapp Brothers truck stops. They're usually pretty nice, and they have some kick-ass free high speed internet. I almost said hi-fi internet. Hi-fi internet. The hell is this? The 70s? Anyway, I had posted on Facebook that there was a video of the day coming, and I had something to say, and I had a lot, which I do. So I'm going to see if I do this. I may have to do it in two parts. But I have a lot to say about what's been going on in the news as of late. The news as of late is about our president tweeting about NFL players that don't stand for the national anthem should be fired. Now, while I am a big supporter of Donald Trump, and I think Donald Trump is doing the best that he can right now, I think he's finding too many roadblocks. But I'm sure he'll find a way to overcome them. But this one I can't agree with him on. Okay? To fire them. That's a bit harsh to me. Okay? That being said, I think they should be some kind of reprimand. But I think it should be up to the team owners. Now let's talk about this, standing up for the national anthem. Y'all can research this and check it out and be sure that I'm right, but I think I am. This started back during World War II. The teams would play the national anthem at the beginning of the game to show support for the troops that were overseas during World War II. And it just, after World War II, they just kept doing it. And it's kind of neat, and my wife and I talked about this yesterday. It's kind of neat that they do it, okay? But to me, I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary to play the national anthem for every single game, okay? World Series, sure, play it for every game. Super Bowl, sure, play it, okay? College bowl games, play it, okay? Stanley Cup Finals, play it. But I don't see a reason to do it all the time. I remember in high school, for those of you who went to Clio, I think it was Mr. Stevens. He gave us one of these goofy quizzes where everybody knew the answers, And one of the questions, I remember it distinctly because Mr. Stevens brought it up in class and laughed at it. Well, and that was the whole point. But the question was, what is the last line of the national anthem? And I put, those of you who are from Michigan and remember the Tigers back in the mid-'80s, you'll remember this. The last line of the national anthem is, "We'll be right back with more Tiger baseball in just a moment." Every time the Tigers were on TV and you watched it, George Kell and Al Kaline would be, they'd be respectful during the singing or playing of the national anthem. And then as soon as they said, "Of the brave, we'll be right back with more Tiger baseball in just a moment," I could still hear George Kell's voice in my head. Folks, to me, it's not that important. Now, if they are playing it, what is important is that you stand up in respect for that flag. These guys, these NFL players especially, they're out here making millions of dollars to play a game one day a week. And they're making millions. There are people out there that are working 50 and 60 hours a week, 70 in some cases. Truck drivers will work 70 hours a week. And we don't make jack compared to what they make. What we make in a year is chump change to those guys. Okay? And they work what? September, October, November, December, and January. They work 5 months out of the year. They work 1 day a week. I wish I could make a couple million. You know what? I'll settle for $500,000 a year to only work 5 months out of the year and 1 day a week. I'll take it. These guys are making twice that. And they're out here as a bunch of crybabies. I'll tell you what it is. It's not got nothing to do with racism. It's got nothing to do with all the rest of the crap that they're trying to pin it on. What it's got to do with is respect. You go over to the NHL. Okay? I would venture a guess, and I might be wrong, but I would venture a guess. I'm going to say at least 40% of the players in the NHL, National Hockey League, aren't even from this country. They're from Sweden, they're from Czechoslovakia, they're from Russia, they're from Canada. But when they're playing for a team in America and they play the national anthem, those guys are standing. Whether they're standing on the ice or they're standing on the bench, they're standing in respect for that flag. These guys from Russia and Europe, there's some of them that are standing for 2 national anthems when they go to Canada to play. Because they're going to play not only the Star Spangled Banner, but they're going to play O Canada. Come on, people. It's about respect. It's about respect for the flag. It's about respect for the people who sacrificed so that you boneheads can have the freedom to take a knee during the national anthem and not be arrested for it. I tell you what, you go to China and try that. Communist China. Go to Communist China and try that. They'll put your hind end away so fast they'll make your head spin. But you have freedom in this country. You have freedom because people fought and died for that flag and for you. And this is how they get treated. Same thing when the guys came back from Vietnam. Vietnam was not a popular war. And they still say, oh, it wasn't a war, it was a police action. It was a war. Men fought and died in those jungles in Vietnam. A lot of guys came home, a lot of guys didn't. And the guys that came home got spit on, they got protested against. But those guys went over there and put their lives on the line for your freedom. I posted a thing on Facebook earlier that I saw on Ted Nugent's page talking about that. Okay? Go over to Vietnam and take a knee in the jungles of Vietnam. Go to the beaches of Normandy at the end of World War II, where the sand and the water was turned to blood, American blood, that was spilled so we could win that war and we could have the freedom that we have today. This whole thing, as I said earlier, is about respect. People aren't taught respect today. They're not taught to respect the flag. You got up, you went to the baseball game, you went down to Tiger Stadium or Comerica Park now. They said, all rise for the singing of the national anthem. You got on your feet and your hat came off. And those guys that were down on the ball field, they were like this. They had their hats over their hearts in respect. Respect for the flag. And respect for this great country. That allows them to play a game and make millions of dollars. This country has become so filled with crybabies. They boo-hoo about everything. I hear people complain, oh, I worked 40 hours this week. I'm so tired. Hey, baby, I work 60 to 70 hours a week. And I know I got friends out here, the friends that are on my Facebook that do the same thing. They're truck drivers. I know people that work 40, 50 hours a week. Oh, you're so tired. You're so tired? Come do my job. Come try my job. Walk a mile in my shoes, or you start complaining to me that you're tired. Now, I understand a 40-hour week can be exhausting for some people. You know, and a lot of people, and I used to think the same thing. Oh, man, I'd love to be a truck driver, man. Just sitting behind the wheel of that truck driving down the road, man, be so easy. Boy, did I get a surprise. Not as easy as it looks. But that notwithstanding, respect isn't taught. Okay? Respect's not taught to anywhere. Okay? Kids are in school, they got no respect for their teacher. None whatsoever. No respect for the authority of the principal, the superintendent, the police. There's no respect for them. People say, oh, we're out there shooting people. You know what? When the police say stop or I'll shoot, damn it, stop. They're going to shoot you. Ay, ay, ay. This all's giving me a headache. Folks, it's about respect. Kids today don't respect their parents. Okay, you see it all the time. Kids, yeah, I want this, I want that. And they just give it to them to shut them up. They're not taught respect. If respect would start being taught in this country, maybe this country could get back to where it was. But this whole thing over taking a knee, they have no respect for that flag. And I don't even think they know what respect is. Okay? And to wrap it up, you know, these football players are not there to protest their political views or show their political views. Those players are there to play football. That's it. The fans in the stands are not there to push their political views. They're there to watch the football game. So the fact is, you do what you're supposed to be doing, because I've seen on Facebook, and I haven't actually been able to find it anywhere on the internet, that the NFL rule book says you're supposed to stand. And you're supposed to put your helmet in your hand, you're supposed to stand on the sidelines, and you're supposed to refrain from talking and respect the flag while the national anthem is being played. That's an overview of it. Or there's going to be fines, I think it was fines, suspensions, and loss of draft picks or something. I don't remember. But it's all about respect. Okay? All this stuff about Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. It's about respect. Okay? Cops shooting people. It's about respect. You have respect for that police officer, and when he asks you to do something, you do it.